Dave, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for the wonderful movie. I was very touched by it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Tell me something. You used to work as a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
How were you discovered by Ken Loach and you became an actor?
Right. Well, it's a very long story, so I'll make it very quick. I was in the fire service for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And in 2014, I was made aware that 16 films were looking to make a film in the northeast of England.
Yeah.
And a friend of a friend put my name forward. So I ended up going for I thought a chat with somebody from a film company, and I literally bumped into Ken Loach, literally bumped into him. That eventually led to a small part in Daniel Blake.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later, they came back and asked if I'd be interested in coming back in for another chat and doing some bits and pieces. And that led to a little part in Sorry We Missed You.
Yeah.
And then in 2019, they asked me if I'd be interested in coming back because I thought there might be something else happening. So I had a series of meetings with Paul Laverty. We discussed what was happening in the northeast of England at that time. And Paul discussed what was happening with asylum seekers and refugees, and because he was having discussions with people connected with that. And I was asked to come in, and I did a few improvisations that you do for Ken. And, after a lot of those, I got a phone call off Ken, and I was offered, the main role. And in all honesty, throughout the whole process, which went on for quite a while, because there was COVID interruptions and there was all sorts of things happening. It went on a long time. I never for 1 second thought I would be in for the lead role. It never occurred to me until I was offered it. So I was genuinely astonished when he offered me the role. Yeah.
But you always wanted to be an actor?
No, not at all.
For you.
All right, lad.
How come they're getting all that stuff?
They've lost everything. They've left a war zone.
She's taking your photo there.
You better delete that photo. They're just kids, man. Let them get in the house and get settled, man. I'm really sorry that happened. Can I say I'm surprised if you hear the stuff that come out within the pub.
This has become a dumping ground, lads.
Let's talk about TJ Ballantyne, because you had two minor roles, as you said, as a supportive character, and then you are invited to be the protagonist. How was the biggest difficulty in this new challenge? Have you hesitated to accept this invitation?
I didn't hesitate in saying yes, but after I said yes, I had months of absolute panic and anxiety, genuine. The night before the first day's filming, I tried to walk away. I tried to walk away from the filming.
Really?
I didn't want to do it. I didn't think I could do it. No. And if it hadn't been for an amazing, wonderful woman called Anita Brolly, who was the makeup lady on the film, she saw something in me. She noticed or detected something in me, and I was absolutely terrified. This was the night before, and she just took me to one side, sat me down, and had a 20-minute chat with me. And at the end of that, I felt, well, I might have a chance of doing this. But if it hadn't been for Anita Brolly, I wouldn't have been there.
But have you discussed this fear, this insecurity with Ken?
No, not really. A little bit, but I think there was a little bit of I didn't want to admit to anybody that how anxious I was, and it wasn't until we'd been filming for a few days that I had a conversation with Ebla Marie, who plays Yara, and Claire Rogerson, who was wonderful as well, who plays Laura. The three of us had a conversation where we all realised we all had the same anxiety, and we literally sat down and held hands and talked to each other, and that was the way we got through the film, because all three of us didn't have the experience or the background, and we just had to rely on each other.
The main subject of the movie is the question of the refugees and the people who had to leave their countries and the war. This is a very real, very urgent question in the world nowadays. How do you think a movie like The Old Oak can contribute to this discussion?
I mean, I've been asked this a lot. It's a very small, it's a modest film. It's not going to change the world. We accept that. But all I would hope, and I've hoped from day one with the film, is that it starts people having conversations. It starts people having discussions. And it starts also some people who have friends who may make comments or have opinions, tempt the person to say to the friend or, a colleague at work or whatever, do you really think you should be saying that? Because what's happened, this film was made 2 years ago. But what we've now got in the UK, I don't know how much of it you're aware of in Brazil, we've now got on the streets of the UK demonstrating. They say they're not far right, but they're targeting mosques, they're targeting people of colour. So it's based on the colour of people's skins and their religious beliefs. Mm-hmm. So racism is rampant in the UK. The Old Oak has a part to play, a modest, a minor part, but it has a part to play. And people just watch it and just think about what we have in common. People who have come from Syria have got much more in common with the people in these communities than they have with billionaires. We are all on the same planet and we should be looking after each other. But at the moment, that doesn't seem possible.
The Old Oak. We need this.
It's like a bloody refugee camp.
And watch your mouth, pal. It's not charity. This is solidarity. This is about we'll do something together.
It takes a strength to build something new.
Thank you very much again.
Thank you, Roberto. Thank you.
Bye-bye.